Hey, what's going on there? It's Jazzy Jeff, and this is another look back memory video. Let's turn this down just a little bit here so we can possibly hear me a little bit easier, but not too low. So this is Symphony of the Night from Castlevania on PlayStation. Symphony of the Night. Well, this is actually Dracula's theme. Once again, I'm bringing you another sort of morbid video in a sense, because another electronic device has passed away. And ironically, it was another Sony. I'm not quite sure why my Sony devices keep breaking, but they are. This one actually broke a little while ago, but it took me a little while to figure out exactly what was wrong with it, and it seems like it is dead. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the PlayStation 1 from 1994. Yes. And there you have it. That brilliant opening, the slamming down, which I've heard so much from. I have so many memories with this machine. My sister played it a lot. My mom, my parents played it a little bit. This was the first major console that I got, being younger. I mean, of course, that's wrong. The first major system I ever got was the Magnavox Odyssey from the 70s. I want to say 1979, if I'm correct, or 78. The Nintendo Entertainment System from 1984. But yeah, it was the first system, though, that I got on a holiday, which was Christmas time. And it was also the first system that I got brand new. My Nintendo Entertainment System was new in the box, but it was previously used and owned by my uncle. My dad and his uncles had owned the Magnavox Odyssey 2, actually, is what is the proper name for it. But this was the first brand new system I ever got, and it was on Christmas. So I got to kind of, experience my own, oh my god, what the fuck moment with a console. And it was a lot of fun. And, of course, I can go to the store right now and pick up another PlayStation for around $30, which isn't that bad. But it's just the nostalgia of the original console I'm gonna miss. It had a lot going on with it. I mean, it had stuff on it, like this fucking thing right here, that I'm not even exactly sure what it was for, but it's got the word parallel on there, I/0, I mean, and I've seen some crazy PlayStation peripherals, which, I didn't have many of, and I didn't even have all of the classic games, for PlayStation, but, of course, I had Resident Evil and the Crash Bandicoot games, and I had one Metal Gear game, I had some Spyro games, a bunch of racing games, Need for Speed, but, a lot of major PlayStation games, I wasn't real big into the shooters and that kind of thing, but it had just so much power in it, and it was a lot of fun, and I can't believe that I don't know if you can see it there, but the actual lens burned out. So this is just kind of a send-off video, the same way that I sent off my Sony Dream Machine, my clock radio. I'm kind of sending off my Sony PlayStation. Hopefully I can maybe sell it or give it away to someone for parts. But, I mean, it still works fine. It still turns on. It's just the initial needle is no longer working. And, I'm not really one to hold on to stuff that breaks, especially something like this, which I don't really have a lot of experience with fixing. So, that being said, there it is. The PlayStation 1, for that matter. I guess I could maybe give it off a little music tribute. Let's see here. PlayStation 1. intro sound, intro theme, and I'll go ahead and click that. But before I get that going, just trying to see if I have any other like stories or anything like that. I mean, just staying up really late playing Resident Evil, scaring the crap out of myself, my sister. You know, bringing it up to school, showing all my friends, showing my girlfriend. There's just been a lot of fun games over the years. A lot of fun racing games. CTR Racing is probably one of my all-time favorite racing games. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to do a quick little recap. I mean, I'll probably eventually review a ton of PlayStation games, and I'll probably bring up a lot more about the PlayStation, but this was just essentially this little plastic guy. I mean, he's been hooked up to a lot of TVs. He's been carted around. I mean, he even got a little separated here. He's a little loose. It certainly has gotten his fair share of bruises and banged up, but it's still in great condition and works really well. And this is actually a Model 1, so hopefully I can find another Model 1, but I'll never forget the enjoyment and the satisfaction that I got from this particular machine. So let's give it the old send-off, shall we? And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the PlayStation 1. Generations from now may never really understand what was so compelling and great about this system, but, well, you have people like me that will remind you. So I'm Jazzy Jeff saying, if you didn't know, now you know. And thanks for watching. Good night.